Bill Gardner, once known as West Ham's top boy, shares his incredible story of life as a football hooligan in the 70s and 80s.
I followed this group of men up the road at Derby County when we played, and they was all 20 years older than me, and I thought, well, these are the people to be with. And one bloke was barking out the orders for us what to do, and I thought, well, this sounds all right. And I followed him, and the poor old boy, he's now dead. Like a lot of them are, you know, you get to that stage. But I had loads of good people around me, and to be fair, like I've said, not every one of them was a fighter, but they all had amazing bottle, and they would never leave me like I would never leave them. There's no one on this planet can say I ever left a man down. If a man went down, I picked him up. And it was the same when I worked on the door. If a doorman went down, I'd pick him up.
Was West Ham the first time you'd ever felt part of a family?
Yeah, definitely. And I always felt unwanted at home. We never had a Christmas. Our Christmases were no trees, no decorations. We used to get a present. I used to get a present. My dad used to get a pair of slippers every year. He had so many slippers, I think you could open a shoe shop. And then they'd have a fight. They'd always have a fight on a Christmas day because my mum was seeing another man opposite, and they used to cook the dinner over there and bring it back on a tray for me and my dad. And he'd say something to her about come home here or something. I think my dad really loved her because I don't know any man would have stood at what he did. She carried on with this bloke for 30 years. I called him Uncle Ted. He was all right, he was a nice fella. But, you know, I was a kid. I didn't know right from wrong, you know what I mean? I didn't know that part of it, marriage and all that. I didn't understand that bit. And I just thought, oh, Uncle Ted's a friend, and that was it. But I used to play him around a bit, because when I got a little bit on a bit, I was about, how old would I be? I'd be about 12. I used to go over there, and he'd say, you going anywhere, Bill? And I think, oh, they want me out of the way to get at it, you know what I mean? I used to say, no, I wouldn't want going to pictures. And he'd go, how much is that? And I'd say, oh, 3 shillings. Oh, all right. So how am I going to get there then? He said, oh, how much is the bus? And I'll say, oh, 2 shillings. And I said, I'll be hungry when I come out. He said, what do you want? I said, well, fish and chips. So I'd get the fish and chips money. I'd get the ice cream money out of him and some sweets. Mm-hmm. And I used to go down the road, and I reckon before I got on the bus, they was at it, you know what I mean? They actually got at it in the bed next to me when I was a little boy, really little, 6. I was in bed asleep, and I heard my cot was going on, because I slept in a cot till I was 8. And I felt this shaking, and I looked round, and he was on top of me mum, giving her one. And he went, shh, go back to sleep. Yeah. And I didn't know them in them days. I just thought that was life. That was the life that we all have, you know what I mean? And then she sometimes used to touch me inappropriately, apart from the beatings. And everything was mental torture. I got told a lot of times, you shouldn't be here, Anne should be here. That was my sister who died. I was told a lot of times, we don't want you. And I think that it all added up in the end. And to be fair, I think that I've done well to come out of it as good as I have done, considering what it was like. And I can only describe it, looking back now, hell. It was hell.
From leading the charge in clashes with rival firms to the unbreakable bonds with his crew, Bill paints a raw picture of the chaos and camaraderie that defined those wild days.
Yeah, but like I say, Bill, you're a legend, man. Everybody knows you. Everybody's got massive respect for you.
I ain't a legend for finding a cure for cancer, am I?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? A legend for what? Having a fight at a football match.
For being homeless at 14 and coming through it, starting your own business, building a network of friends, building trust, like being loyal to what you believe in.
Loyalty and honour is the 2 main things in my life. Loyalty and honour. Without them things, you know, you've got nothing. You might as well write them out of the dictionary next. Not many people have got them. Yeah. Courage, loyalty and honour.
Did that fuel you with a lot of anger going through your teenage years and getting into your 20s, Bill?
Not really, to be fair. I sort of like put it to one side. When you have things like that happen to you, you put it to the side of your mind and you get on with your life. And that's what I did, you know. I thought myself, oh, I don't know. You know, this ain't what it's got to be about. One night I was in the graveyard, and there was a hole in the fence I could get through, and there was no other way in. And I was sitting there and all of a sudden I heard this noise, and this bloke sat in a chair about where you are from me now. And I looked at him and I thought, is he another pisshead or what is he? You know what I mean? And we started talking, and he said to me, "You won't be beaten, but you'll die a terrible death." That's what this bloke said to me. And I thought, oh, no, I'll tell him to fuck off in a minute. When I looked round, he'd gone. As quick as he come, he went. But that's what he said to me. "You never be beaten, but you'll die a terrible death." And I always remembered that. My whole life, that was one of the things I always remembered.
That's a lot of torment, but that's a lot of mental abuse as well as physical. Did you ever speak to anyone about that?
When I was at primary school, I was very low on confidence. Used to get bullied a lot. And I got bullied so many times that they sent me to see this Dr. Brown to have hypnotherapy. And he only done it on 2 kids, one boy from Burnley and me. And I went in there, and first couple of sessions I thought, oh, this is nothing, I didn't think it did nothing. And after I'd have a few sessions, I used to come out there feeling different. And from being like everyone bullying me, I stuck up for myself. And that's one of the things I've always been for, to stop bullying anybody, because either they're fat or they're ginger or they wear glasses. You know what I mean? I hate bullies. I will fight bullies all day long, and I'll fight until I go in that box. Simple as that. But I had one boy there at school, primary school, who used to really have it in for me. And I didn't see him till I was 18 years old, and I went up to him and I said, "Hello, mate." And he looked at me like he didn't know me. I said, he said, "Sorry, I don't recognise you." I said, "I went to school with you." I sat next to you, and he looked at me. He went, "Oh, Bill Gardner." I went, "Yeah, that's right." But he didn't say it, oh, Bill Gardner. He said it in a way that was, "You lump of shit," you know what I mean? So I punched him in the mouth. He's gone down. "Has he got anything to say now?" And he went, "No." So I went off. And I felt good about that all the grief he gave me, the times he used to push me off the chair, I thought, I've got my own back now. And that was it. I won't take liberties with people. If I beat them, I walk away. That's it. I don't take liberties. I'm not a liberty taker. I fight fair, always have done.
Yeah, it's changed days now, Bill.
Yeah, it is.
How many West Ham games do you think you've been to over the years?
I've been going 62 years. Obviously, I was banned for 4 years. I couldn't go them 4 years. And I've most probably missed 30 in all the other years I've been going. And that's home and away. I go Europe, if we play pre-season tournaments in Spain, Austria, I go all them. And the games we have played in Europe, I've gone to all them. And the clubs are very special to me. Not this place we play now. I hate it, and I don't like the owners now. But I'm not one of them that goes on about we've got to spend millions and millions and millions. I want the club to bring in youth, go out, get a good scouting network, bring all the best young players in, and make a team like that, so that they're homegrown and you can get proud of them. I mean, like, we got Declan Rice who plays for us now. I know Declan's mum and dad quite well, so I go to New York with them once a year. We see each other out there, and he's a nice lad, and I wish him well, and I think he'll be the next one to go from West Ham, because he's ambitious. He wants to win things, and it don't look like we'll win things. It's Europe this year, but I don't think this year we'll get carried away too much. It won't last long. We're West Ham, we ain't them big clubs that win things. Yeah, well, he's a good boy, Declan. When we went to Germany, we had a coach, and he got on the coach and shook everyone's hand on the coach and thanked us all for coming. And when my mate Dennis, God bless him, died last year with cancer, he went round Dennis's house and saw him, and it made Dennis's day, And he done the same for another friend I've now got, Chaz, who's got a brain tumour, and he sent him a message and all. He's a genuine nice fellow, and I wish him well. Yeah.
He's not really happy that he's getting to Europe. Was that the only third time West Ham's been in Europe, finishing 6th last season?
75-6 we went 80-81, and then we went before in 65, and I went to the home games but not the away games in them days.
What was your first away game for West Ham?
Middlesbrough.
Do you remember it?
I remember the train full of people. The last 2 games of the 58 promotion season I went to, I was nearly 5. Middlesbrough and Liverpool, yeah. My dad, why he ever took me up to Middlesbrough, because you know what, Middlesbrough was known as the nonsense capital of Europe, but Middlesbrough was a bad place. And I think he took me up there for some reason, I don't know. But I ended up coming back, and I remember the train was full of all the claret and blue colours were everywhere, and I enjoyed it. I felt, this is me, you know what I mean? I felt, you know, I was only a little boy, like I said, but I felt, I like this is what I want to do.
You've been there for generations now. Like, firms must have changed through the years. How do you feel it is from 40 years ago to now?
Well, now, over at that new stadium, that's your toll we've got now, which I hate, is we've got all these tourists. They have a day out. They go to Madame Tussauds, they have a bit of lunch, go to West Ham. It's their day out. They get in there, they have a 2-gallon packet of popcorn, a bucket of Coca-Cola, you know what I mean? And they not got the passion that the older ones have got. We could still be a big club. I think we could still be a big club. The fans need to get behind the team. Although we hate the board, we need to get behind the team more. And I think if we do, we'd make it a better day out for everyone and all. You know, everyone goes home with the hump. But if you have a laugh in the day, it's not so bad, you know. That's the way I look at it. And but I don't like it over there. The walk to it, for older people, the walk is like a day's exercise on its own. You know what I mean? I do a lot of walking and cycling, and my day's exercise is getting there and back. You know, that's the way it's become now. But
you hated Millwall. I don't think you spoke to a Millwall fan in over 50 years. Is that correct?
I didn't. And then I've got 2 mates that are Millwall fans now. They're just a little bit younger than me, and they're really nice people. But we never got on. It's the same with them. They say the same, and I had a phone call from a mate of mine who runs, I'm not sure if it's Fairbairn House Boxing or West Ham Boxing Club, and he was in hospital visiting Tiny, who was one of the top people over at Millwall. And he said, I'm in hospital with Tiny, he's got a growth in his neck the size of a grapefruit. He said, and could you have a word with him? And I thought, what do you say to your enemy? You know what I mean? So I got on the phone to him and I said, look, I'm ever so sorry you are like you are. If there's anything I can do to help, I will. We've always been enemies and we always will be, but I've got respect for you and I always know you as Tiny, the Lion of Millwall. And my mate got back to me and said he's in tears. And I thought to myself that. And people said to me, why did you say that? Why didn't you say you're a right cunt? I said, no. You can't say that to a man who's dying. You've got to have a bit of respect, you know. And the poor bugger went, you know. But I don't know. When you get older, you hear more and more people go with it. Young people don't think they're ever going to get it. They're not going to get this COVID. Believe me, you will cop it if you ain't careful, especially when they're all over each other. You know what I mean?
He shares vivid memories of the adrenaline-fueled fights, the deep sense of loyalty to his team, and the unbreakable friendships that were forged during those chaotic years. Now, older and wiser, he reflects on the lessons he's learned and how football shaped his life, for better or worse. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories. Thank you for watching.